In this short video, we will discuss an important topic that is often a source of concern when it comes to buying a visitor's health insurance plan for people visiting the U.S. We will explain what is and isn't covered by insurance plans when it comes to pre-existing conditions. A pre-existing condition is defined as any medical condition, sickness, or injury that, with reasonable medical certainty, existed at the time of purchase of insurance or prior to the effective date of the policy. It's important to understand that the visitor's insurance plans from the U.S. only cover what is called an acute onset of pre-existing condition. So let's understand what is meant by acute onset of pre-existing condition. It means a sudden and unexpected outbreak or recurrence of a pre-existing condition which occurs without any advance warning, either in the form of physician recommendations or symptoms before the effective policy date, and it requires urgent care. It's important to note that there are three conditions that need to be met for the acute onset of the pre-existing condition to be covered. The first is that the treatment must be obtained within 24 hours of the sudden and unexpected outbreak or recurrence. The second is that none of the plans cover for known, scheduled, or expected medical care, drugs, or treatment related to pre-existing conditions that existed prior to the effective date of coverage. And third is that a pre-existing condition that is chronic or a congenital condition or that gradually worsens over time will not be considered an acute onset. As an example, if you have to see a doctor for chronic arthritis, then your doctor visit may not be covered because of the nature of expected recurrence for such a medical condition. Another example of that is if you have diabetes or hypertension, and there is some complication due to a gradually worsening situation that started before the effective policy date, then that will not be covered by the insurance. On the other hand, a hernia that has suddenly re-aggravated, or a sudden recurrence of kidney stone, or a certain infectious disease that is showing symptoms after incubation, such as malaria, will be covered if there was no symptom of the recurrence before the effective date, since these are typically non-chronic conditions and they don't occur since birth, that is, they are not congenital either. Hope this gives a better clarity on what conditions need to be met in order for acute onset of pre-existing condition to be covered. Now, let's look at age and dollar limits for such a coverage. Note that most visitors' insurance plans do not cover the acute onset of pre-existing condition for age 70 and above, whereas some plans only cover a very small amount above age 65. Secondly, some plans, including some comprehensive plans, only cover up to a certain maximum dollar limit, even for ages under 70. As an example, if your overall coverage is $100,000, certain plans may cover only up to, say, $45,000 for acute onset of pre-existing condition. There are other plans, however, that cover the acute onset of pre-existing conditions up to the maximum coverage amount for ages under 70. To check specific limits based on the age and the plans, go to simplyglobal.com/insurance and look at the Price Comparison tab. We hope this video was helpful in clearly understanding what is and is not covered by the visitor's insurance plans when it comes to pre-existing conditions. If you have any questions, then please feel free to email us at support@simplyglobal.com or call us toll-free at 888-736-2436.